Welcome to season 2 finale of the Unintelligent Chat Show. And hello, Robert.
Wow, that was far too efficient an introduction to exactly what we're doing.
We're cutting the bullshit out.
Yeah. Are
The podcast's going to be 4 minutes long.
I get it, because it's all bullshit. Yes, hello, all of our dedicated listeners, and also hello, Jarl Edwards.
And also, just to get you back, Rob's got the Rona.
Shut up. Hey, Lloyd Rob confidentiality, blah, blah, blah. Rehash jokes. You son of a bitch.
Yes, well, you're sick and disgusting, and luckily we record this podcast really far apart.
I was sick. Now I'm actually fitter than I've ever been now.
Wow, that's an immense immune system you have.
Yeah, no, I just sound like death. It's a side effect of getting incredibly fit.
Ah, I didn't know that.
Nah, I'm full of shit.
So, Rob, today is... I'm moving on.
Oh, you want to push on with the actual content? Ew.
Today is our season finale, and it is our video special. If you're listening to the audio,
one that
pop on the YouTube.
The one that you have to do, and I am not involved in. I love it.
That is correct.
Perfect.
Pop on
go
YouTube
check it out on YouTube.
What is the special? Christmas was an obvious one because it came out in February, so you kind of understood that.
Yeah, I was going to say, was it an obvious one? But yeah, fair enough. Hugely obvious. No, I think probably more obvious and more accurate than the previous one. We put in, minutes of thought into this one. Whole minutes. Yeah. Today we are celebrating Norwegian Constitution Day, the well-known national holiday of Norway that occurs on May the
17th.
17th.
Hey. And this podcast is coming out within a day or two of that, which is pretty good. I don't remember when this is coming out.
It'll be out
close.
Straight after, the day after.
Nice. All the
depending on which time zone you're in.
Oh God, there's so many.
Yeah. So look, it's a great time in Norway, and a great time to be Norwegian, and we are here to celebrate. Well, I say all things Norway. We're here to celebrate two very specific Norwegian things and talk shit about them.
So specific.
And
for the audio listeners, we'll probably skip on ahead to the facty facts. But Rob, for our video listeners, we're going to do our studio reveals.
Studio reveals. For now, it is currently blank. Yours is guaranteed to be more impressive than mine. I'm just going to have to talk through mine a little bit.
Okay. Well, you want to go first and talk me through it?
I'll let everyone down gently, and then we'll build them back up again with yours.
Well, it's not. I've done one thing. It's just one big thing.
Yeah, I've done multiple small things that mean nothing. No, we do it at the same time, right?
Oh, okay. All right. You want to give us a countdown? Are we going on 0 or 1?
We're going on 0, but we're doing it in Norwegian.
Oh, well, I don't know what 0 is in Norwegian.
Oh,
you could be counting down from 50, and I would never know when to start.
0 is null.
All right, I probably could have figured that out.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Look, it's quite obvious, and we're going to count down from 3, and on 0 we'll be revealing a video. Let me just quickly remember all. They're super easy. All right. 3, 2, 1, 0.
Oh, I love your hair.
Hey. Well, thanks. The problem is that it's over my headphones. It should just be a normal beanie, but it's got a little bubble on top.
It does make you look like you have an incredibly wide head. Because of the headphones.
I do have an incredibly wide head, Lloyd.
Some interesting beers, and I believe that is the drinking horn that I got for you.
So let me talk you through it.
Please do.
As you said, interesting beers. Not just interesting, they are Norwegian beers. There are 2 here and 1 in the fridge from, I forgot where it's from, Lindheim All Company, which is basically Lindheim Beer Company in Gavarv, Norway, which is definitely how you say that. It is spelt. You probably can't read that.
All I can see is Norway. Oh, yep, Gavarv.
Gavarv. It sounds right. And like the local beer shop that actually imports exciting beers, because these are difficult to find. You can't just go out and buy Norwegian beers here.
Yes, I also struggled.
Yeah. I messaged them and I was like, "Do you have any Norwegian beers?" And they're like, "Yeah, we do. They're all really, really intense." And I was like, "Okay."
So this they're like 9%.
These two, I think, are 6 or 7% from Lindheim. One is a sour cherry ale. One is it's called Coolship Blåbær.
Blåbær.
I don't know what the Coolship bit is, but it's a blueberry beer. Blåbær. It's spelt with lots of those like dope European accents.
Yeah, nice. Languages are funny. That like someone was like Blåbær and someone else was like, oh, I like blueberry.
And then this one is called the Juggernaut. From
Wait, can you do that in your voice? In your voice, please.
I'm sick. The Juggernaut.
Nice.
Close enough. Oh wow. I'm not drinking this one today because it's morning and I'm still sick. But it's called the Juggernaut. It's an imperial rye porter from Nasjonaldagen brewery in Norway. From Grimstad in Norway. Another great place name. And it is 11%. And it tastes like chocolate, licorice, leather, and coffee. And I was like, oh, great. I'll save that for another day.
Leather.
Yeah. Is that what you want in a beer?
I think I'd rather drink leather than licorice, though.
Yeah, good call. The classic Viking drinking horn that you so gifted me upon best manning at your wedding.
Did I put something on the bottom?
Oh, yeah. It says, Robert, best man. Never stop, never stopping. From the classic and definitely not Norwegian Lonely Island movie. And also a bottle opener that's not required because these have corks, of course. But it is made out of reindeer antler.
Ooh.
Because in the deep north, they have reindeers because of Christmas.
Very cool.
And like you said, the hat because it's certainly cold, the scarf, and a cute shirt.
I also did hat shirt? Because Norway is cold.
Like yeah, and the t-shirt.
What's your t-shirt?
Yours doesn't require... okay, well, shirt. Hold on, I'm just going to get it to the camera.
My t-shirt does require explanation.
No, it doesn't. I get it.
Yeah, but people won't. Ah, nice.
There's Labrador, and it's an adorable doggy with a hammer and a cape.
Nice. Dogs and mythological gods.
Yeah, because of Thor, because Vikings and mythology and well, factology, depending on how you look at it.
I'm impressed. You undersold me, and you.
Well, it's because there's no like beautiful background. I just got some interesting fangs.
Yeah, I like interesting things.
You have like a wonderful background, as if you are in fact in a studio with your cute little studio table and some old books that are Norwegian.
Nope, but they make me look smart.
They do not.
And some.
Nope, other way.
Unintelligent chat show business cards.
Could you hold them up to the camera, please? Because they just look like a black blob.
Because they will fall.
What? Oh, nice. Yeah. Oh, a QR code.
People at home can scan. Maybe it might be blurry, but you can.
Nah, it's too blurry. And your shirt reads Earl Tuck.
Yes, it
does. Oh, it has a picture on it as well. That's beer.
Norwegian beer.
Yeah, nice. That means beer, please, or beer, thank you.
Beer, please. Yes. I also have
thank you.
Ringna. It's a Norwegian some kind of
noodle.
Norwegian beer, and I got a new mug that says
Skål. Ah, Skål. Yeah, awesome. That's really good
because I have a beer in it. But
all right, now that we've done that, take a quick pause and let me go actually fetch my beer, which requires taking off my hat and this. Stand by. All right, Lloyd, and just to finish off, this other beer from the same Lindheim brewery is the one I'll be drinking, and it is called the Friendship Series and has a child's drawing of two people being friends, and I thought that was very relevant.
It is relevant because we're friends and we drink.
Indeed, it might taste like shit, but we'll see. Gonna pippy pop it. Oh, it's got a cork. That'll be a new sound for the podcast.
I love the sound.
Or it'll explode in my face. It's a tiny cork, though. Oh, God. Yeah, that was quite good. It felt good.
It came through really clean.
Ooh, that smells right. And I'm going to drink it out of the drinking horn, as is tradition. I've actually never drunk out of this.
That's hectic.
Yeah.
Normal bullshit. You're really far away. That's why.
Wow. No, we're actually both in Norway. So the distance, I assume you've counted for that fact. How do you drink out of it?
I think it's designed to be drunk aggressively, and you get foamy beer all in your beard. I don't think it's to be designed to be drunk like this.
Like a sippy cup. So I
Yeah.
should be just like slamming it into my face and
Yeah.
punching stuff. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to sip it like an idiot.
Even Vikings got colds. They must have taken breaks at some point.
No, they just died straight to Valhalla.
From a cold? I don't think you get in of a cold, do you?
Yeah, ooh, that's not very glorious.
Someone gets the sniffles and is like, I have to go find a bear right now.
But I sneezed so hard, I almost died. No, I did die. I'm in Valhalla. Hooray.
All right.
We are incredibly far apart.
Yes.
Tell me more about it.
I have an exact specific measurement. I was going to say random. It's not random. It's very relevant, but it's also very specific.
And it would be random if you just came up with it, but
I
assume you prepared this
in advance. We are 9,944,149 Harold the Fifths away.
At his peak height or at death height?
Current height.
He's still alive. Oh, he's the king. It's King Harold.
It's King of Norway. King.
I just assumed it was a Viking.
I thought that he would have I spent a good couple of minutes trying to find out what his name is, and it's just Harold the Fifth. He doesn't have a cool long name. It's just Harold. And when he was younger, he was Prince Harold.
I mean, it's like a pretty cool name, I guess.
It's fine.
It's fine.
So yeah, I guess it's not the strongest segue in that it's just vaguely it is Norwegian, but it's nothing to do with what you're talking about.
How many? 9 million of them.
9.9 million Harolds.
So almost 10 million kings of Norway.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine they would achieve much more than they do at the moment. Are they one of those monarchies that are just there?
All monarchies. Personal opinion of mine.
Seems like it.
What are you learning us, Rob? Let's move on.
This week, I'm learning us how to use a Mac in order to find my notes. Lloyd, do you love movies?
Love them. Big fan.
Huge fan. Do you love long movies? Like if you are going to the cinema and you see the running time is over 120 minutes, how does that make you feel?
Depends on the movie.
Oh.
Sometimes I'm excited. I like long superhero movies. I don't like long dramas.
Really? But you can squeeze more drama in.
I guess I just don't like dramas. It's like, hit me with the drama and get out.
What about long rom-coms?
Ugh. Rom-com is designed to be like an hour 10.
Yeah, it should be rom-com rump. Rom-com. Nope.
Rom-com.
Do you love TV shows with endless episodes that can be binged all together as if it were a long movie, but they are separate? Yeah, what's the difference between that? Like 20 episodes of something that would go for so long, binging that versus watching a long drama? Because you watch drama TV shows.
There is no real difference, but fundamentally, I couldn't watch a 10-hour movie, but I could watch 12 episodes of Peaky Blinders in a row, which I did.
Great. That's a lot. Great job. That's an interesting thing that we probably don't have time for investigating.
No,
I think it's dumb. I think it's dumb of you. Anyway, well, to plow on with what I wrote. Well, have I got news for you, Lloyd?
Oh boy.
Gee whiz, thanks, mister. Our country of interest today, being Norway, has helped popularize a television format referred to as Sakte-TV, which is my worst Norwegian accent.
Sakte-TV.
Yeah, which in English is slow TV, which does sound like an exciting topic for a podcast.
Now, is it slow as in it progresses slowly?
It's all in slow motion. Oh, God.
It's the same. It's just a Ryan Reynolds rom-com. It's just in slow-mo. It goes for 7 hours.
Oh, I would hate that. Sak to TV is basically the full play-by-play marathon coverage of what is typically a mundane event, broadcast in its entirety, which is potentially not quite as exciting as a long movie or a running hit TV show. But I'm a long form guy. I love a good long movie. I love a good series with lots of episodes. Some of my favorite songs are 10-minute bangers. It's just what I'm into. Like sitting down and absorbing, not having to move on. I don't like change, I guess, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, wow, that's deep. You want to delve into that a bit, or should we move on?
Move on. That'd be ridiculous, Lloyd. Delve into something. So despite the mundane event aspect of slow TV, I'm pretty sure I'm into it. Like I would watch this. So for example,
okay, yeah.
is that where we're going? What?
Yeah.
Still don't understand what this is.
What's a mundane event?
Let me tell you a mundane event. It started becoming a thing in around 2009 when the Norwegian public service broadcaster, NRK, which probably stands for the Norwegian. I'm struggling here. Help me out. Norwegian regional Q. Oh, that's good.
No, yours is better. Norway, cool. Really cool.
They probably spell cool with a K. It works.
So this was started by Norway, really cool.
Really cool. They got stuck in, and they just started doing it and got like really good viewership, and so they kept doing it. It's not like every week. They'll do like 1 or 2 slow TV events a year to keep you wanting more, you know. So the first one that was popular, broadcast in 2009, was just going to pronounce a bunch of Norwegian things. Bergensbanen, minute for minute. Terrible. Bergensbanen, minute for minute.
Bergensbanen.
We're just going to get on the Bergensbanen and watch every minute of it. So this is an entire 7-hour train journey from Bergen to Oslo on the Bergensbanen, which is the Bergen's train line. And they have 4 cameras showing the interior and exterior of the train, as well as some staff and passenger interviews. And it's a 7-hour show of that train trip.
I think I can get on board with that.
No, the train's already left. You can't. Just 1/2 chuckle worth.
I just immediately got frustrated.
20% of the population of Norway tuned in at some point during the show to watch some of this train.
That's insane. How many is that? This like 11
take a
people
guess. How many people in Norway?
4 million.
Take a guess. It's pretty solid. 5.5.
Yeah, it's
so they're like
small.
a teeny tiny little country.
They've had quite a large cultural impact on the world, though, for being 5 million people.
In what sense? Do you have a lot of Norwegian influence in your life? Okay.
See my
like
fucking flag, bro? I
I
literally have a Norway flag hanging in my room right now. So
that's for a specific reason, because this specific holiday lined up when we were going to be releasing this podcast, Lloyd. It's not because we were
inspired by Norway, Rob.
Yeah, okay. All right. We do love Norway.
So I think I may have consumed some slow TV prior to understanding that it was a genre, because there are there are some things on Netflix like Fireplace and Oscillating Fans that is nice.
I hate the Oscillating Fan one. I'm hugely into the Fireplace one. Oscillating Fan can get fucked.
Yeah, we've had the Fireplace one going before. It's nice. I don't know. Maybe that's a little different to slow TV, but I think it's the same.
No, it's definitely inspired by it.
Okay.
Yeah, like Netflix has got a few things like that has come from the slow TV genre. But those are, I'm actually not sure. I think some of those are loops.
Yeah.
Like it'll be, half an hour or 1 hour of a crackling fire on a loop.
Have you seen
Whereas this is
slow TV?
No.
I have to imagine that is looped, because it's 10 hours of Nick Offerman sitting in a big fancy armchair in front of a roaring fireplace, just looking at the camera with this like look of like, yeah, you and I are experiencing this, and then just sipping a whiskey every couple minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's not doing anything, just sitting in front of a fire sipping whiskey.
And then he like crosses his legs every now and again. But it's 10 hours, and I'm not going to watch it waiting for the loop.
It must be a loop.
It has to be at some point. Yeah.
You'd watch the level in the whiskey glass, surely.
Oh, smart.
Yeah, I've done watching
Some
before.
investigative shit right there.
Oh no, that would be good. I'd be into that. I'd be better if we could sit in the same room, slow experience with Nick Offerman and whiskey.
Yeah. Don't even have to talk. Just like share the same energy and just quietly sip a whiskey. That'd be nice.
Just be there. That would be nice.
Mm.
So yeah, you have consumed some of this. I'm going to give you some of the highlights of slow TV over the years. If you're ready to fall asleep.
Let me prep. Make sure my adrenaline doesn't spike too much. I don't want to crash later.
Yeah. You want to be ready for this. All right. So, lost my notes. The highlights of slow TV. So we had Bergensbanen that just kicked it all off. Everyone was really into it. In 2011, NRK broadcast Hurtigruten. Hurtigruten. Minute
It's
for
a
minute.
funny language. I'm sorry, Norway. You have a funny language.
Yeah, don't be sorry. It's on them. This ups the game. 134-hour voyage aboard the MS. Man, this is a hard episode. The Nord-Norge.
The Nord-Norge.
So the word for Norway in Norwegian is Norge, like Norge or something.
Oh yeah, I think I remember seeing that.
And this boat is called the Nord-Norge, which to me is the North Norway, which sounds stupid.
Yeah, sounds better in Norwegian.
Yeah, the Nord-Norge, which is excellent Norwegian. So again, for some reason, Bergen was involved. It was a boat trip from Bergen to Kirkenes, but I'm pretty sure they pronounce K's as a sh. So we're going to go with Shershens.
Oh, that was you. Okay. I thought that was two words, but you pronounce the same word in two ways.
Oh, yeah, badly. Sherken, Kirken, Durken. No. And it was recorded by 11 cameras. Wow. And at this point, half of Norway's population tuned in at some point during the trip. And at the time, they also achieved the Guinness World Record for the longest live TV documentary. Oddly enough, at 134 hours. No one's done that before. How strange.
Do you think that you said they do them like once or twice a year, and it seems like it's kind of a Norwegian thing now. Do you think that when they are aired, it's like when they air the grand final in Australia? It's just like families just put it on, get
people
together,
just get into it, like
eat and watch it.
Yeah, maybe. Which is,
isn't it like what's the country
less
that watches?
Happens.
Sweden randomly watches like Bugs Bunny every Christmas or something. What's that?
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is, but you're right.
Maybe Norway, they just like all watch trains together.
I think they do that in. I worked with some guys from Iran, and they said, yeah, around I think their New Year's, they all watch some weird cartoon that's like Bugs Bunny or something, fully unrelated to any like religion or holiday or political thing. It's just we just watch this cartoon at this time. That's because it's what we do.
Right. No one knows why, we just do it. Shut up and enjoy it.
I guess. Well, isn't that what traditions are all about? We do this and we enjoy it, and that's because we do it.
Yeah, humans, silly little monkey brains. Well, they did it before, so I'm going to do it again.
Yeah, it feels good. Yeah. Anyway, the Guinness World Record set by Hurtigruten was then smashed in 2013 by Sommerapent, Minute for Minute, which was a similar coastal cruise with an entertainment show that went from Oslo to Kirken and back. So this has broken the 134-hour voyage. How long do you think the broadcast was, Lloyd?
272 hours.
Just 100 out. 379 blistering hours of intense TV.
You said that was an entertainment show.
I haven't watched it, to be honest.
So you might get like research. 200 hours in, and then there's just like a 5-minute comedy set.
Random variety show.
Yeah.
And I think like people got really into it. Like the towns where the boat was stopping would like put on a big show to be on the cameras and stuff. It was pretty cool.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I could get involved with that. That's
cool. And people are like, oh, it's coming to our town.
Yeah.
But like that's some seriously slow TV. 379 hours.
Yeah, that's How many days is that?
Coming,
What's that, like
I
15
I
days?
think it's at least a year.
I'm not sure that's right.
I do what I want Sunday morning, and I'm drinking friendship beer. Shut up.
So shut up.
In 2013, this is my favorite one and comes a little bit back to Nick Offerman sitting by a fire. In 2013, they broadcast the Nasjonaldagen, which we all know is...
Yeah, well, I know it, but I don't think the listeners
Okay,
do.
good. It translates to National Wood Night, of course. And it was a 12-hour broadcast on the topic of firewood.
On the topic of, meaning like discussions about firewood.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was seriously side-splitting stuff. Log splitting stuff?
Yeah, there was something there. I appreciate the effort.
Yeah. Oh, but you didn't even chuckle. That's fine.
Well, I appreciate the
consisted
effort.
of... Okay, good. It consisted of a 4-hour documentary on the topic of firewood, followed by 8 hours of a live fireplace. And that wasn't a loop. It was a live fireplace and people were feeding it with wood.
4 hours is a lot for firewood.
Right? And apparently it's based on an even more thrilling best-selling book called, this is a great title, harken back to when we were talking about long book titles. It's not as bad as the ye olde Voyage books.
God, they make me so angry.
Yeah, it's so dumb. Oh, I wrote the whole book on the front cover, and then more words. Come on. This long TV show was based on the best-selling book Solid Wood: all about chopping, drying, and stacking wood and the soul of wood burning by Lars Mitting.
That's a pretty strong title. A bit wordy, but pretty
Yeah.
strong. I think you probably could have cut the title down to The Soul of Wood Burning. That's a good book title.
It's quite good. But I like all about chopping, drying, and stacking. That really draws me in. There must be a lot in that.
I mean, the Planet Earth documentary narrated by the Attenborough fella, I don't think that's 4 hours.
David.
And that's on the Earth.
The whole Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Lloyd, have you ever tried to stack wood appropriately?
I've only tried to chop wood once, and it was when we were at a cabin in Vermont, and we made a fucking hash of it.
Yeah, and but imagine if we'd watched a 4-hour documentary on it before.
Look, you're not wrong. Next time we go to a cabin in Vermont, link me the 4-hour video.
Oh yeah, I wonder if you can stream them. I didn't even look. I wasn't going to watch it.
No, I didn't even bother trying to find it.
Tart. But I reckon that would be quite wholesome.
Did you get a fun little sip there?
Yeah, it was right at, in the...
like the sour receptor
bits. Yeah. I reckon it would be all right. I would potentially read that book. I agree with the soul of wood burning. I reckon there's a thing that's like, it's so comforting having a crackling wood fire.
It's like ingrained in human survival, right? Fire. And
whether you need to put a huge amount of effort into chopping and stacking your wood, that I would have to watch the show and let you know.
Yeah.
Because surely that's like chop, throw it in a pile. This is for the fun burning part. But no, apparently there are different ways of stacking wood, and people are like, oh, you do it back down. Idiot.
I guess, is it like a moisture thing? Protecting from like bugs? I don't know. Man. This is how little I know about wood.
Yeah. So we need to watch that at some point, obviously, because we are uneducated.
I'll add it to my list.
The next one is incredibly relevant to today's topic and celebration of Norwegian Constitution Day and our collective freedom. In 2014, they broadcast 1814 Por 24 Timar, which is basically 1814 in 24 hours. So it was a 24-hour continuous series of lectures from 50 academics that commemorated the signing of the Constitution of Norway in 1814.
Wow. I mean, great cause. I wouldn't watch a single second of it, but...
But they get... Every time they broadcast these, they get pretty good numbers. I wrote a few of them down, not all of them, not for this one, but like they get, it was on the article I was reading, it was written as like market share. So they were getting like 20% of everyone that was watching TV would tune into these things.
Yeah, that I really got the sense that it was big in Norway. It was pretty crazy.
They love it.
Yeah.
in 2014, also, they broadcast something called Peep Show.
Ooh.
Guess what it was about, Lloyd?
Strippers.
You filthy animal. How could you even suggest that? This is
I'm a
highbrow national broadcast shows. Children watch this, Lloyd.
I forgot that this was Norway. Really cool.
They're an upstanding company.
Yeah.
Peep Show was in fact a 3-month live stream. I love this, of some cameras that were just recording a bird feeder, and the bird feeder was decorated like a coffee shop. It was incredibly adorable. And they just watched
yeah, that sounds great.
Different birds and wildlife just coming to check out the coffee shop bird feeder. And it streamed for 3 months. And also had a highlights reel show that was aired separately. And the highlights reel show went for 14 hours.
Wow, that's a lot of highlights.
Yeah.
I could see tuning into that like once a day, just to be like,
yeah, definitely.
What's the coffee shop up to?
It's probably my favorite one. I would definitely check that, I think.
They do have you heard of the Puppy Bowl?
No?
During the Super Bowl, they stream the Puppy Bowl, where they have a mini football
I think
field,
I have heard of
and
that.
they just put puppies in it, and then you can just watch it live stream. It's great.
It's real silly.
Yeah, but you get a little serotonin from it. That's all it's about.
That's all you need. How's your beer, by the way?
I just finished it. It was good.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a Guinness in a second.
That is enough.
No, I'm going to get a Norwegian stout called a Kernelhoden.
Girdle doodle doo. And there are a few more long TV shows, but I'm not going to describe all of them. Y'all can look it up. It's a funny format, and I'm glad it happened. And a bunch of other like countries and broadcasters and web streamers have taken up the trend, and now it's like a thing, like you see it on Netflix. So it's popularized by the favorite country of today, Norway.
Thanks, Norway.
Thanks, y'all. Oh, and also, did I not write it down? Oh, yeah. My favorite non-Norwegian slow TV that I found was there's a guy somewhere, I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in the States, that has been live streaming his front lawn since 2005. And you can go and watch his lawn live at watchinggrassgrow.com.
Wow. And
it's a real thing. And you see him mow it occasionally. It's got a bunch of facts about grass on the webpage, and it's like a boomer made webpage. It's like
old HTML.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, here's a webcam of my lawn, and there's like a newsreel, like in 2018, got high definition cameras. Woo!
Does he live in like an area that might get deer or anything? Something to spice it up?
It looks like suburban America. Like,
wow.
Yeah. When I was looking at this website, some lady was walking her dog, and it peed on someone else's lawn across the road. So that was pretty exciting.
Fucking got him. I can imagine that guy just being like such a dad, and his kids make fun of him, and he's like, he walks in one day and he's like, hey, guess what? 1 million people are watching my grass grow.
Thankfully not. It has one of those things, like those old things, like, oh, there are this many people watching, and I think when I was looking at it, it was like 18.
Yeah. Okay. That's a reasonable. That's still pretty high.
Yeah. Continuous viewership probably sits around the 20 mark. It's quite good.
Yeah.
All right. Time flies, Lloyd. What did you learn related to slow TV?
Well, you mentioned trains. They did a train. I like trains. They did a train.
They've done multiple trains, by the way. I just mentioned the first
slow TV.
one.
So I looked up the world's fastest train because I wanted to switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, right. The opposite.
It is the SC Maglev.
Maglev is such a cool word that only belongs in science fiction books.
Well, it's literally a magnetic track this train runs on in Japan. It's really cool.
How fast is it?
It's 2 numbers. I'll give you the top number I saw. It was multiple sources. It was 375 miles an hour.
Miles?
Yep. To
Are you
put
sure?
that in perspective. Oh, yeah.
That's quick.
The current fastest production car in the world is like a Terra. I didn't recognize the name. Maxes out at about 316 miles an hour.
That's wild.
So pretty speedy.
Yeah, that is a quick train. Do you reckon it feels fast, or it's one of those ones where you feel like you're not moving, but in fact you're going that many miles an hour?
Yeah, I bet it feels like nothing. I've been on a bullet train in Japan, and you don't even really feel the acceleration. It's
Really?
pretty smooth and comfortable the whole time.
Oh, I would like it. I would want it to be like a theme park ride. I would
That's
want
my
it to be
favorite part of
chaos.
flying, is that like runway acceleration. I love it.
It's like, oh, we could die.
Yeah, Kim's gripping my arm so tight I'm bleeding, but I'm like, let's go.
It's like a combination of we could die and also this is quite fun.
Every little bump. I also found I wrote world's lowest train, but I meant to say slowest.
The lowest train. It's a small it's a model train that transports mice.
World's slowest
Or
train.
it's just it's just a really
There's
depressed train.
Instead of like the whistle, it's just like a little puff of smoke comes out the top. Yeah. It is the Glacier Express, and it does one little track back and forth. It's not. I wanted it to be like 1K an hour. It's not. It's like 10. It's a 300-kilometer train journey, averaging 35K an hour.
Oh, it's just like boring slow. It's not like so slow. It's not glacial.
I think their claim to fame is that it's the slowest express train in the world.
Just because they called it express,
right?
Like, or it doesn't stop anywhere. Come on.
Yeah.
No, the fastest train fact was better.
Agreed. I have one other thing, but did you give me a?
Nope. Carry on.
Oh no, you don't have any rub offshoots.
Zero. No, I do. I want you to.
All right. I wanted to see. To you too.
I was going to say something and then you carried on correctly, so it's fine.
Sorry. Okay. Again, with the being opposite to you that I went with before, that was a really good sentence. I wanted to see what the fastest TV show was.
The fastest TV show.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be one of those stupid like 30-second go to bed children shows.
That's what I thought, but it was more funny than that. It was called.
Good.
It's in the 60s. It's called Turn On.
Oh.
It had one episode and was cancelled during the first episode.
Wow.
It went to an ad break and never came back. For the rest of the show, they played like the black screen with some organ music.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. It
was like a sketch variety show. Oh, shit. You told them.
Yeah. A sketch variety show that got immediately cancelled. Wow.
Yeah. They made it to the first ad break and then everyone was like, fuck it. I'm done.
That would have been so bad. I want to watch it. I wonder can you watch it on YouTube?
I didn't even think to look it up, but that's partly because I did my research like an hour ago.
Shh. We are very prepared. Suck it. Audio listeners only.
Yeah, you didn't see those fucking epic head shakes.
Yeah, you missed a moment.
That's what I got for you.
There's like not a lot to talk about on slow TV, is there? I thought it was a cool thing, and then there were no cool things related. But that's fine. We make it up with our wonderfully charming personalities. What's faster than this? The other things I looked at I was like, well, I wonder if there are any other funky TV shows, well, TV show formats or genres, and then also just weird shows. There are plenty of really terrible TV shows.
Just, you mean in terms of like they're not entertaining, they're just bad?
Yeah, and just terrible ideas. And I'm not even going to go into those. I found some weird show formats though, and I'm just gonna give them to you. Just gonna give them right to you.
Lay them down.
I think the first one is probably my favorite one. There was at least a show in Fiji called Resurrection Makeover, which is already not a good start.
Would you say Resurrection?
Oh yeah, Resurrection Makeover. So it's a reality show.
Where this is going.
So they use high-tech makeover techniques to take a random person and make them look like a deceased family member, so that the family can then talk to that person again.
That's somehow creepier than what I thought it would be.
How fucking weird is that?
I hate that.
so much. And the one episode, it was like, I didn't watch any, I just read this description. And it's like, in this episode, they dressed up, I don't know, someone's grandma. And the person who, I guess it's an actor who gets this makeover, would like sing some song that grandma used to sing to the family. I wouldn't want that. It would be so weird.
No, I wouldn't want that at all.
What did you think it was going to be when I said resurrection makeover?
I thought they were going to make over dead bodies. Straight up.
I mean,
I thought they were going to put makeup on dead people.
I'm like, oh, look, it's grandma. Her arm fell off because she's decaying, but it's fine. No, yeah, I think it's almost worse.
Yeah.
Because you're like,
it's creepier for sure.
Why would you sign up for that? So there is some weird TV out there. There was a show in the UK called Dogs Might Fly, which they went to a bunch of pounds and picked up some rejected doggies that looked like they had smart potential, put them through a bunch of skill tests on TV, and then the ones that performed the best, they taught to fly a plane.
Is that a need that they were like short on dog pilots?
Probably. The RAF's like, man, how are we going to fight the Germans?
In a dogfight.
Hey, great job. I will give you that. Thoroughly enjoyed. So like that was kind of interesting, but also hugely unnecessary.
I would watch that just if they change it from like pilot dogs to like seeing eye dogs and therapy dogs and police dogs and sniffer dogs. Like,
oh yeah, like here's a bunch of great idea.
Skill test them, and then the dogs that don't pass, you get to see them get adopted by a small
put
child.
down. Oh, adopted. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh no. A couple of other silly TV shows. There was a Japanese show in the 70s that was adapted for English TV called Monkey.
Okay.
And
There's a lot of ways this could go.
Yep. I've included it based on, I didn't watch any of it, based on the plot summary on this website that I was reading. So this is a direct quote from source. clappercom.nl/en/the most bizarre, extreme, and innovative TV formats.
What was
solid
the
research there.
Clapper?
You can look it up. Yeah, it's legit.
Okay.
Immediately under my sources of watchinggrassgrow.com. So good. Anyway, so the plot was directly summarized as an immortal human-monkey hybrid with magic powers who was born from an egg on a mountaintop joins a Buddhist monk who's actually a woman on a pilgrimage to India. They're accompanied by a water monster called Sandy and a pig monster called Pigsy, and travel around either on a biddable cloud or a shape-changing dragon who also serves as the group's horse, which can also talk. End of show description.
There is so much to unpack.
Too much, and we're not going to, because I read that and was like, oh, that's enough.
I kind of want to watch it.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound any more far-fetched than some of the fantasy books I read.
It's just got a lot of dumb stuff in it.
Yeah, they introduce everything in the blurb.
That's true. That would be difficult if it was done. Maybe that's how the first episode goes. Here I am. Here's this other person. Here's the animals. Here we go.
And we're off.
And then it's just bland. Just travel. It's a travel show.
But they're just having normal conversations.
Yeah. In the UK, there was a reality show called Naked Jungle.
Is that like America's Naked and Afraid?
No, it's worse.
Oh, God.
It's always going to go wrong when you say this. It's based on a kids' show called Jungle Run, which already sounds like a terrible idea. Jungle Run is fine. It's a bunch of little kids. They run around like a fantasy jungle set. And they just do like physical challenges. And I'm imagining like, swing on this vine across to the next thing.
I was hoping it was drop some kids in the jungle, see who makes it out.
I'm a celebrity child. Get me out of here.
But no crew. Like there's just a helicopter camera just watching them. And they're just on an island.
See ya. That's straight into Lord of the Flies.
Yep.
No, so it's like a cute little kids doing challenges in a made up jungle. Naked Jungle is the same thing with adults. And they're naked for no reason whatsoever. They just do
again,
stuff.
It's like a set with activities to do.
Yeah, but they're just not wearing any clothes. And apparently the presenter just looks so awkward the whole time. And afterwards was like, that was the worst career decision I have ever made. And at one point it was voted on a Radio Times poll as the worst TV show ever made.
That's an achievement in and of itself.
Yeah, quite good.
I think we can make the worst TV show ever made.
We're doing it. This is it. Check it out on YouTube. We could definitely give it a go, but like, I would not
Maybe
want to
we
be
could do
on.
a 24-hour podcast stream inspired by Norway.
Imagine how much research you'd have to do.
Yeah, I'm out.
And then there's Monty Python and the Flying Circus made the list because that show is chaos.
Yes,
it's a lot, but it's very good.
Yeah.
And look, that's Norwegian slow TV, etc.
Love it. We're gonna fact
battle.
Fact battle. It's good.
Fact off sounds gross.
All right. Well, let's just rapid fire.
What are we facting off about? Here are some things about Norway that aren't just random things we looked up for the podcast. Here are some real things. Listen in. You might learn something.
I'm confused by your wording. Were we not supposed to look up random things about Norway? Because that's definitely what I did.
Oh, no, but like, here is more of the background on the country we're celebrating, except for the two random things that are our main topics.
Norway is not just slow TV and the mystery subject I'll be discussing shortly.
Yeah, that's all there is. All right, I'm going to go first. If you don't know, Norway, in fact, stretches all the way around the top of Scandinavia and has a border crossing with Russia. It's not just on the left side.
Very nice. It wasn't in my list, but I do remember reading that they have a border with Russia. Interesting. The world's longest road tunnel is in Norway.
It's so cool. And it has like, they have different lighting and like environment effects. So it's more exciting and staying awakeness to drive through it.
I love driving cars through tunnels. It always annoys Kim because I have to open the windows.
To stick your head out?
Oh.
Rocks. That would be a tight tunnel.
Oh, I see.
They also have
my head out the window and hit the wall. I understand.
Yeah, butts. Yeah, splat. The title of the Norwegian national anthem roughly translates to "Yes, we love this country."
Who are they convincing?
Like, I mean, yeah, themselves, I guess.
Yeah,
pretty straight statement of fact.
Yeah. Oh no, I appreciate that. The world's most remote island is a Norwegian island.
I did read this, and it's nowhere near Norway, right?
No, it's super far away. It is 1,700 kilometers off the coast of Antarctica and 2,600 kilometers off the coast of South Africa. Like the closest inhabited land is Tristan da Cunha, which is 2,000 kilometers away.
Tristan da Cunha doesn't sound like a place.
It also just says afterwards, it says Tristan is also an extremely remote place.
Yeah, Tristan.
This will be a good test if Tristan is actually listening to our podcast. Our friend Tristan, message us about Tristan da Cunha as proof.
Yeah, and prove to us that you are not, in fact, a remote island, because that's how I feel about you right now. Ooh.
Oh, 2,000 kilometers away from
Lofoten or something. But
yeah, Bovet.
How? So I don't think of Norway as a typically like colonial power.
I think
how do they end up with like one random island?
I think it's more likely that like so many famous explorers are Scandinavian, and at some point someone was just like, "Well, I put my fucking flag here. This is mine."
Classic flag planting.
And at the time, England was like, "Okay, it's like 2,000 kilometers from anything. You can have that one."
I think it's like a scientific reserve or nature reserve or something. You have to get permission to go there for science.
It'll be a cool visit.
Great fact. Oh, definitely. But we're not science, so we can't go. Speaking of areas of country, in the north of Norway somewhere, there is something called the Lofoten Archipelago, which is above the Arctic Circle. But because of some weird ocean currents, it has a weirdly temperate climate. And it is the most northerly place with year-round above freezing temperatures.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and because of the weird currents and climate, it is also the site of the world's largest deep water coral reef above the
Wow.
Arctic Circle. Isn't that weird?
That's crazy. You can go snorkeling above the Arctic Circle.
Yeah, and
Weird.
not die immediately, and also have
That
something to see that isn't just cold ice.
I know that some weird thing with where Ireland is situated, they
Uh-huh.
get some like tropical weather, which is why they're so much sunnier than the rest of the UK. It's not that they're necessarily warm, but they get sun more than anywhere else in the UK, and it's some weird
Do
thing
they?
where they are. Yeah.
Yeah, the magic of the ocean currents and the
I
climate.
think that's sort of where their like green grass stereotype and healthy cows thing comes from, because the grass is just like so luscious.
Island, green grass and healthy cows.
It's all like
Greenest
Guinness and healthy
the,
cows.
the greenest grass and the cleanest walls, the healthiest cows and the creamiest milk. Come to Ireland.
God damn it. All right.
Yeah,
I got
you're
one
up.
more because I mean I spent a long
Because
time
I put
doing
I
this.
put a small amount of effort into this.
Norway is home to hell.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What? Oh, as a small village called Hell or something.
No, Satan summers in Norway.
Damn it.
Yes.
Should have expected that.
It's literally just a small town. It's got some big tourist numbers because people like seeing the train station say hell. And I think they've got some cool like BC rock carvings, primitive man, which is pretty cool.
Okay, so they're just called Hell. I imagine it's like probably to a lesser extent, but like Salem in the US, just full of witch stuff because people go there for that, and so people make businesses based on that. I imagine
Yeah,
there
I
are
went to
various
Salem for
hell-related things.
I went to Salem for Halloween once with some friends.
Did you
and
get exercised?
You know, I don't exercise. I like the history. I like the story of like the Salem witch
Yeah.
trials. It's a fascinating, really dark point in history. And I was looking, you can
Oh
go and
yeah,
see the graves. And I was like, that's all I want to do
yeah,
is like go
cool.
and see the graves. But it's
The
real
actual history part.
it's real kitsch. It's like
I can imagine.
you can still go. I went to the gravesite and like it was a really cool experience, but you're surrounded by like haunted houses and like corn dogs and yeah, it was kind
One of those are the scariest things I could think of. Haunted houses. Oh god, corn dogs. That's the episode title right there. Haunted houses and corn dogs.
of.
Nothing to do with Norway whatsoever. So I imagine hell probably because the Scandinavian people are a little less extreme. I imagine
Yeah.
it's like a restrained version of that. There would be like there'd be the one hell shop which has the devil in it. It's his shop. That's where he lives. It's me, Satan.
Yeah, they seem like a more stoic people than the people of Salem for sure.
People
I'm
of
gonna look it up right now.
your
I need to know.
your whole country. They were more stoic than your whole country. And there's only 5.5 million of them.
Not my country, Rob. You need to back off.
You have a green card.
I'm from Wales.
Fair enough.
Hell, it just looks like a nice time. They have a hell grill.
It's not on fire.
No,
They should do that for tourism. Just like somehow make
set
all the
everything
photos
on
of
fire.
yeah, no, not set everything on fire, but make all the photos on Google look like everything's on fire. I would go.
I mean, it's really small. I
It's
think
a teeny
there's like
tiny little village, a village.
I don't even know if it's a train station. There's like some houses, and then I can see like a couple buildings.
Yeah, wow.
And there's a picture of one of the buildings says "Hell Goods Expedition," and then a guy just going, pointing at it.
Goods expedition. Just gonna cycle
Ooh.
through some Norway related backgrounds. We got some Vikings now.
Is that Bjorn?
I think it's from the show Vikings. I don't know who's in it exactly. I am obviously the leader in front.
I never got past Ragnar's peak and fall, where his son became like the boss. I never really got past that bit.
You got to push through. There's some good bits. There's a new one, Vikings Valhalla, which is like made by the same people. It's just a different set of Vikings, different story. It's Leif Erikson. You know him from history.
Yeah, invented the
So
telephone.
Nope. So far, so good. You're an asshole. My last facts about Norway, to finish this middle segment, Norway is one of the smartest and richest countries in the world.
That is a massive claim to fame. I'm not doubting them. It's a massive claim to fame.
They make it look like they're the smartest and richest. Just a claim. So now we know everything about Norway, which is great because we're celebrating Norwegian Constitution Day on the Unintelligent Chat Show. Lloyd, what did you learn this week?
I learned once I switch over my note page. I learned that the colonel-in-chief of the Norwegian Kingsguard is a penguin.
Of course. What else would you expect?
Why wouldn't it be? His name is Niels, and he is Scottish.
Yeah, which is all very silly.
Yeah, didn't make a lot of sense to me. All right, so
fill me in on the backstory.
So the Norwegian Kingsguard travels to Edinburgh to participate in their famous Edinburgh military tattoo, which is basic. Gone.
No, you were probably about to say what I was going to say.
I was just going to say is just like military bands performing.
Yeah, it's not just a bunch of people from various armies getting the same tattoo,
which would be really cool. I don't know why you would go and see it.
Yeah, pretty weird. Military tattoo. People seem to love it. It's just a bunch of like bands marching around.
My parents have been multiple times. I don't get it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's from an old Danish word. I forget the exact word, but it's their word for like drumming, and it's literally like da-do or something.
Da-do.
So it's like drumming sounds.
So they went to Scotland for the tattoo.
The Norwegian Kingsguard, they participate in the tattoo, and they had a lieutenant called Niels.
Brian. Yep, makes sense.
Niels Agelian.
Agelian, that's definitely it.
Who visited the zoo and became enamored with their colony of penguins.
Yeah, and this is in like the 60s, right?
This was 61, I believe.
Yeah, in the 60s.
And they came back about 10 years later for another military tattoo. And he had made arrangements for his regiment to adopt a penguin. And I was like, okay, you can't just take a zoo animal. Like they have specific environments. But it was a ceremonial adoption. Niels the penguin still lives at Edinburgh Zoo.
One of those ones where you can like adopt a wildlife animal, basically just give us money.
Yeah. So he adopted. I put Niels the penguin remains safe and happy with his penguin family. So he was ceremonially adopted and given the rank of Lance Corporal.
Could you do it in Norwegian, please?
I could not because I didn't write it down.
Vice-corporal.
Vice-corporal. And he was promoted each time that the regiment came back to the zoo.
Unbelievable success rate.
Yeah, he's nailing. Every time he meets someone, like, you're doing a great job.
Except in Norwegian, please.
It's the same general that worked for Colonel Sanders works for the Norwegian army.
I was really hoping for like General Niels. You're doing a great job.
You're killing it, dude.
Very good.
Now,
Lordy.
Emperor penguins live 15 years in the wild, and they stretched it out a little bit in captivity.
Was this an emperor penguin or a king penguin?
King penguin. That's what I said.
Yeah,
I said king.
Nope.
Did you hear emperor?
Okay. Nope.
That's weird.
That's super weird.
They live 15 years in the wild, a little bit longer in captivity, but don't live 50 years because there is currently a Niels penguin. So he is, I don't want to say replaced, but a new penguin takes his place.
No, it's like Doctor Who. He regenerates.
We're currently on the 3rd penguin regeneration.
Yeah.
So he also, funny fact, he has since been promoted beyond that original lieutenant.
Yeah, hilarious.
Who adopted him. And I put in my notes, couldn't find any sources on how he feels about it.
I think he's retired and probably doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. They also, the Norwegians built 2 bronze casted penguins. One is in Edinburgh Zoo and one is at the Kingsguard compound, which I think is adorable.
That's like a lot of effort for a mascot penguin. Oh, yeah. I guess he's not a mascot. He's, what is he, commander-in-chief or some shit?
Yeah, he's the colonel-in-chief of the Norwegian Kingsguard. He's also knighted by the Norwegian monarch.
King.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
Who described him as qualified in every way to receive the honor and dignity of a knighthood.
Wow. They just give those away now.
I also have a quote from a representative of the Royal Zoological Society who
Of
said,
Edinburgh or of Norway?
of Edinburgh,
Mhm.
who said that Niels the penguin is a calm and regal bird with an aura that suggests he knows how important he is.
Yeah, righto. There are some really great photos of one of his promotion ceremonies where all the King's Guard, or some representatives of the King's Guard, are like lined up in military dress on parade. And they've just got this perfect moment where this little king penguin's like looking up at them, and it looks like he's inspecting the guard.
I saw that
So
photo.
good.
It's so good because it is quite a. He had a little strap on his arm as well. Like he's got a little rank
Oh, did he?
on him. Yeah.
Yeah, but it looks like he's walking up and down in front of them, like checking out. It's a very well taken photo
Yeah. Yeah. It's awesome.
because he is definitely not inspecting them. He's a penguin.
He doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
Who is this
Every
guy?
few years, these Norwegians show up and he gets paraded around, and he's like,
Why does this keep happening?
yeah.
Yeah, very good. Do you have his final rank or current rank, I guess?
I thought Colonel in Chief was his current rank.
So
Sir
he's-
Colonel in Chief.
Yeah, he's a sir because he's knighted. He's colonel in chief, which is like his position in the King's Guard, which
His
is
regiment,
like a ceremonial position. But his military rank is brigadier.
Oh, nice.
He's Brigadier Sir Niels Olav III.
It's badass.
It's a great
Penguins,
title for a
yeah.
penguin.
It's really good. He's probably the highest ranking penguin on the planet.
Wow, can you imagine? He is king of the king penguins. Well, brigadier of the king penguins, I guess.
Yeah. He has military authority over all penguin dominion.
All people probably.
Yeah. I would listen to him. I was super excited to well, I have an offshoot. If you have more specifically about Niels the brigadier
What else
penguin.
did I learn about Niels? It was just the way that it was written in what I was reading. It was like in 2008 he was knighted. He was 90. He was knighted, knighted, and it was written that this was the first penguin to receive such an honor in the Norwegian army. Like that was a thing that you had to write down. Like, are there other penguins elsewhere that have been knighted, and it's the first one in the Norwegian army?
Yeah, it's not a common thing, my guy.
Yeah.
It's like that great Wikipedia article of it may have even been a Norwegian explorer, and there's like a black and white photo, and it says like Mads Kilson next to a penguin, and then next to penguin it puts right, so you know which one is the penguin.
Perfect. And then the only other thing was that he outranks the guy that organized to have him adopted, Niels Egelian, Egelian, Giggles. Niels Giggles. Retired a major in the Norwegian army, and Sir Niels Olav is a brigadier. So suck it, of the Niels.
Yeah, human Nils, lesser Nils.
What else you got?
So I was excited to learn about Niels the penguin because, as you know, I recently took a trip to my hometown in Wales, and I learned about.
What is your hometown? You can't just say Wales. That's a country.
It's technically a principality.
Wow.
I learned.
Still doesn't answer my question.
Not going to answer it.
Cool. Carry on.
I learned about William Windsor. Have you heard about William Windsor?
Of course not. I learned about penguins, not Williams.
It's fucking hilarious. William Windsor
hit me.
is a goat who has.
I did actually. Yeah.
Similar military rankings. He was in the Welsh infantry. And he, again, received many promotions throughout his time. But unlike as you saw in the pictures, the regal, ceremonious Niels the penguin, Billy, I'll call him, has been demoted for, quote, inappropriate behavior during the Queen's birthday ceremony.
That's hilarious.
So he was in Cyprus. It was his first overseas posting, Billy the goat.
Oh, it's a lot of pressure, a lot of stress involved with that.
It's a totally different environment.
Totally different.
Despite being ordered to keep in line, he refused to obey. He failed to keep in step. And I can even read it. And he tried to headbutt a drummer.
drummer's probably making too much noise.
Uh,
I'm with Billy on this one.
Yeah, so he was charged with unacceptable behavior, a lack of decorum, and disobeying a direct order. He had to appear before his commanding officer, and following
Oh,
a
damn.
disciplinary hearing, was demoted to fusilier, which
Oh.
meant, and this is the funniest part, when he was, what is that?
Sorry, I just changed my background to fish.
Oh, big.
It's lutefisk, which is like pickled fermented fish that they eat. It's weirdly gross and gelatinous. It's a traditional dish in Norway. Carry on.
That sounds gross. I don't like.
And now
fish
it's
at the best of
enormously
times.
portrayed behind me with potatoes.
Before his demotion, Fusiliers had to stand at attention when he walked past.
Do you reckon that, how seriously do they take this?
I think it's like being in the army is pretty hard, right? Even not in combat, it's hard work. And I think if you can have a laugh with it, I reckon that's what they're doing.
But like, I reckon the demotion, appearing in front of his commanding officer and being demoted, I reckon that would have been serious face on.
No one was giggling. Yeah.
That's the army. The Welsh peoples.
He was remoted.
Oh, really?
Captain Simon Clark said that Billy performed exceptionally well during an Alma Day parade where they celebrate Welsh victory in the Crimean War.
Nice.
He has had all summer to reflect on his behavior and clearly earned the rank that he deserves.
Yeah, okay. So if you're an animal, it seems like it's much easier to get promoted.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're, oh, you paraded well. Everyone's a general now. Here we go. Who's in charge? Doesn't matter. We all paraded good.
I'd love to see the war rooms in World War II, where it just like pans
Just
around like
everyone.
Churchill and his men, and then just like a goat. Great idea.
Similarly, did you read about Master Sergeant Big Deuce the Sixth?
I did not read about Big Deuce the Sixth.
Oh, so good. And the name is incredible. So this is, I think it's a US unit, the 2-2 FA Battalion, nicknamed Mule Soldiers, out of Fort Sill, somewhere in America, probably.
That was all. That was a long list of cool things you said.
Yeah, I made them up. It's actually just a bunch of guys and a donkey. No, he's the official donkey mascot of the Mule Soldiers, Big Deuce the Sixth.
It's a great name for a donkey.
Yeah, and you have to assume he's the sixth regeneration of the donkey mascot. Apparently, they've had donkey mascots since the 50s. Wow. And wonderfully enough, similar to Billy Windsor, he was promoted a bunch of times, but has also been demoted and like formally written up multiple times for various things, including attempting to go AWOL and assaulting a commissioned officer in charge of his command.
Well, they're famously stubborn animals. I can see them not taking to military life.
Oh, so good. It'd be great. It'd be great to have like a mascot animal. Like surely the commonest one would be a dog, but it'd be cool to have a donkey or a goat.
Well, you read all the stories of during wartime, they find abandoned or animals that have been displaced by war getting adopted by regiments. Like a Polish regiment adopted a bear in World War II. Do you remember that?
A whole bear? No.
They adopted a bear. It wasn't like a grizzly. Just like a 700-kilo grizzly just walking. It was like, but it was a bear. Then he became like a member of their group. It was adorable. But there's like kittens and dogs and all this stuff all the time.
Yeah, one of them was Sergeant Stubby. This is where I went, was like other animals with ranks in military history. Sergeant Stubby was a tiny little terrier adopted by the 102nd Infantry Regiment, and was smuggled to France in World War I. And he could like sit back on his little haunches and do a little salute.
That's adorable.
And he, in fact, served by sniffing out poison gas attacks and also providing early warning of incoming artillery. And he was awarded a medal for heroism. Heroism? Heroin? It sounds too much like drugs. He was awarded a medal for drugs. He was awarded a medal for heroism.
He dealt to the whole army.
Sergeant Stubbs' cocaine ring. He helped capture and imprison a German spy and got a medal for it. And there's a picture of him. He was a cute little, he had like a little jacket on, and they're like giving him like sewn on like military badges and stuff. It was adorable.
It's really adorable.
King Neptune was a pig that was sold to the Navy for food, and was instead promoted to king, which is not really a rank. Just imagine that, from dinner to king.
The king of
And it
England
was
is
used-
just like,
I think this is in the US actually.
oh,
He
they
was
don't even
used
have
to-
a king, so that's great.
Yeah, he was used to promote and raise funds for the Navy, and he toured the country in a crown and a navy blue blanket, and raised $19 million
Holy shit.
through like fundraising drives with this pig. And when he died, instead of being eaten, he received a Navy funeral with full military honors, which is a very American thing to do.
That's a lot of bacon.
Yeah. Great job, piggy boy. Yeah, they probably used some of the money he raised to buy pork and bacon. Whoa, what a paradox.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, I wonder how he felt about that. Probably just didn't think about it.
Yeah, probably a pig still. There was a military dog, Sergeant Major Fosco, who was the first military dog to complete an airborne jump with his handler. So like strapped to his handler. Imagine being a dog and jumping out of an airplane.
No concept of what the fuck is happening.
Yeah.
Just
Like I assume he's
flipping
done
out.
training. Just like so much trust in the handler. But what I liked about this was that I read all military dogs are given a rank higher than their handler as a reminder that the handler must always treat the animal with respect.
That's good.
Isn't that legit? So like his handler was a first sergeant or something,
Mm.
and so the dog was Sergeant Major.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so good. And then probably the most heroic, Staff Sergeant Reckless, which is a great name for a horse.
Strong name.
So it was a pack horse for the Marines in the Korean War, who carried supplies to a rifle platoon. And in one battle, she made 51 trips to the front line to supply ammo and return wounded men to safety without supervision.
Mm.
No handler. So she was just like doing a job, getting it done.
Is this? I remember a story like this I learned in high school. Of I remember it as a donkey, so maybe they're two different stories.
That's
Same-
Simpson's donkey in Gallipoli, right?
yeah. When him and the donkey would collect wounded and dead from the battlefield, and there was sort of like an unwritten rule of like you don't shoot Simpson and
Yeah,
his
you
donkey.
don't shoot animals. Yeah.
And Simpson got shot and allegedly accidentally, and Simpson, well, I forget the donkey's name, just kept on going,
Yeah.
and people would see the donkey and just like load up wounded and dead on him, and he would keep going back and forth. That stubborn
legit.
mule energy.
Yeah, animals are great.
You know,
and
they
so
use
this-
they use rats to find landmines in the Middle East now
Oh, really?
because they have unbelievable senses of smell, but they're too light
Sniffy boys.
to set off the landmine. So they're on leads. They have little leashes, and the rats like run through the
Oh.
fields.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it looks kind of creepy, but good for them.
Yeah. So this Staff Sergeant Reckless, hectic horse, doing a good job, received battlefield promotion to sergeant, and was awarded 2 Purple Hearts and a Good Conduct Medal, and was
Damn.
retired with a promotion to Staff Sergeant to live out her days in some field in the good old US of A.
Well done, Reckless.
Yeah, what a hero.
I like
All right,
seeing the
like-
list of like World War II animal medals, and
There's
I
a
think
lot.
it's like horses, dogs, cats, and pigeons just got like an unbelievable number of medals.
Man, pigeon would be weighed down by a medal.
Would be a very
Rendered-
good carrier pigeon with the medal on.
Rendered useless.
Yeah. Have you seen the animated movie about carrier pigeons in the war?
I definitely have. I can't remember what it's called. And I only saw
Valiant
it
or
once.
something?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, it's really good.
I remember it being all right. I just
Yeah.
never watched it since. I don't
Me
think it's
neither.
like a Disney classic. It's just one of those random animated movies.
I don't think it was ever in the cinema. I just think it kind of just
Yeah,
appeared
I saw
one
it in
day.
the cinema.
Oh, you did?
I saw it. Yeah, this is a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a while back. I just remember there were 2 Welsh birds that just played rugby and headbutt each other all the time.
Classic.
Yeah.
What?
That's what.
That's Welsh pigeon. Pigeon Welsh. The classic unintentional chuckles.
Got him.
Yeah. All right. Let me just get rid of this big fish behind me. Carry on with your what else you got?
I just got one thing that I thought was interesting. I wanted to read about the Norwegian.
I'm glad it was interesting. Don't ever bring me uninteresting things.
This is the unintelligent, not the uninteresting podcast. I wanted to know a little bit about the Kingsguard and whether they are a ceremonial regiment or whether they are a fighting force. But the Kingsguard are a genuine fighting force, and they have seen active combat, and they are high level soldiers. What I thought was interesting is they come to the Kingsguard first, straight from basic training. So it's not like, because I think the guards at Buckingham Palace, like, you do basic training, you join a regiment, you see combat, and then you become a stupid like tall hat wearing lunatic.
Yeah.
But they go from basic training to the Kingsguard, and they do additional training, and it's normal like close combat, short weapons, hand-to-hand combat, but they also spend 5 weeks doing investigative training, which I thought was really interesting.
Oh,
yeah,
like bit of police science.
Yeah, like military police science, which I thought that's all I thought. It was interesting.
Yeah, that's quite good. Did you learn anything else about the Kingsguard? That is the end of season 2. We may have maybe a few weeks until season 3 kicks off potentially. We've got a few little things to get done in between, and then we'll launch into it. But we will be back. Fear not.
Yep, and we're going to be doing some cool new segments.
And when Lloyd says new segments, it's not old segments that we're calling new segments. Genuine new segments. It's going to be great.
It's going to be awesome. This video, if you're listening to the audio, is on YouTube. Please check it out. Hit the subscribe button. You can find us.
Subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, share. Make us famous.
You can find us on Instagram and Twitter. Just search Unintelligent. I don't know why I list out the handles every time. You can just search the Unintelligent Chat Show. Yeah,
although sometimes you have to search with the little dishy dash.
So yeah, whack the dash
hyphen intelligent.
We're not popular enough yet for it to pop up straight away. But
yeah,
check us out. Yeah, I don't know. Thanks, I guess.
Make sure to celebrate Norway. Thanks for listening to season 2 of the Unintelligent Chat Show with Rob and Lloyd. And yeah, keep an eye out there'll be activity on the socials, and then we'll be back with fresh, new, exciting content in a few weeks' time.
Yep. Keep talking.
Yep. And maybe I'll sing the national anthem of Norway just to close it out.
All right.
I'm not going to do that.
Are you done?
You two,
I'm looking up what goodbye is in Norwegian. I mean, I already knew what it was. I just had to remember.
Isn't it like hey door? That's in Swedish.
Ha det.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah.
Ha det, yo.
Ha det, everyone. Cheerio.
Yeah, cheerio. That's the one.